Hi, we're here at CABE 2018, getting to know one of our authors of the new book, Rising Up, Dr. Patricia Perez. How are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
We're good. We're just having, I love the energy, everything that's happening here at the event. And I mean, I've gotten a chance to speak to a lot of administrators, teachers, parents, and looking at all the different issues. But I'm glad that we got invited by CABE and we got the opportunity to display some of our stuff. How's the conference been for you?
It's been great. I've met a lot of different educators and administrators, and I've got to see a lot of the material.
Right.
It's been great.
And tell us a little bit about your background in education.
I began teaching elementary level, and actually that's where the book idea comes from. Is I was teaching a third grade class, and I asked the kids what they wanted to be when they grew up, and they said that they wanted to be housekeepers, gardeners, everything that their parents were, and not that there's anything wrong with that. However, I realized that they weren't exposed to professionals, and I decided to create a professional Latino Career Day. And I actually brought out Telemundo, and they interviewed the kids, and they did presentations, and the kids loved it. And then the next day I had them write again about what they wanted to be when they grew up, and they just wanted to be all the professionals.
Right. Yeah, I know. I mean, that happened to me. There was a point where the only professions I knew are firemen, policemen, social worker, teacher.
Right.
When we really don't learn about like engineers and things like that. I know in your book you selected 15 individuals. Can you tell us more about them?
Well, I was trying to select different ages, different ethnicities, and different careers. So I have two students, one at UC Santa Cruz and another one at UC Berkeley. I have doctors, attorneys, therapists, educators, a wide mechanical engineer, a wide variety of different careers.
Right.
And they're from Cuba, from El Salvador, from Brazil, from Puerto Rico, Mexico, from all over.
And that's one of the distinctions that folks make, is that just because you speak Spanish doesn't mean you're like from one culture. So I think that's a very important piece to include, not only Spanish speaking or mentors who speak Spanish, but also that they're diverse in every single category, from Latin America, South America. That's great. As you're aware, one of the big topics here is long-term English learners, and I've heard anywhere from teachers telling me that the kids just don't even want to take the test. They just breeze right through it. They don't take the time and focus that they need to reclassify. And unfortunately, some of those kids have been English learners for so long that they're titled long-term English learners. When writing this book, did you have that in mind?
Of course. I was 5 years old, starting kindergarten, and only spoke Spanish myself. So that was very important for me to be able to tap into that so that the kids would understand. And actually there's 2 or 3 stories in the book about that. And one of them in particular, Isabel, reminds me that she felt embarrassed every time they pulled her out for the test. And so she would try and get through it as quickly as possible. So not realizing the importance of it.
Right.
And I think that that's really, important for students to learn in the book, is that you can give it importance, and there is nothing wrong with being an English language learner.
Right, no, and being pulled out really stigmatizes the child, or just calls attention that they might not need or want at that particular moment. I know there's been a lot of research and presentations at LAUSD and district levels. For example, LAUSD, La Maldonado mentioned that she had that LTELs may be strongly influenced by motivation. Is that a factor, and that's something that you address in the book?
Yes, that's the main purpose of the book is motivation. I want the kids to be able to see our struggles and that we succeeded regardless of all those struggles, and they can too. And another major factor is that we didn't all just go into the career that we wanted to go into. It took us a while to find our passion, and that's okay. You don't have to pick one career over the other and just stick with that.
Yeah, no, and that's one of the issues that I noticed, that some parents who feel that they can't be like involved or engaged and help their students reclassify, given the right guidance or the right structure, like books written by CABE, like our other book, No Estás Solo, empowers parents and reinvigorates them to try something new. Could you tell me a little bit about the authors? Did you notice that one in particular was able to kind of highlight and draw out the steps on how they got to where they were?
A lot of the authors were able to do that. I think in general, most of us did that. It's called Create Your Own Path, and the reason for that is because at the very beginning, the students said that they wanted to recreate their parents' paths, right? And so the whole purpose of the book was showing that we don't have to continue to create the same path, and we can start our own paths. And so all of us talk about our journey of our careers.
Okay. How is the book organized? Do you have chapters, or is it like titles or captions, headings?
There's chapters. There's each contributor got to choose their title. Like one that's still at the university decided that she would be, her title would be To Be Determined, because she doesn't know yet what her career is going to be.
And what about the sections of the book? How did you organize the book?
By different career paths. So there's 3 different sections, and each one is, sectioned off according to whether it's more like a social justice path, professional, different type of career path.
I see. This book is a good resource for teachers to use in the classroom. Do you have any ideas how it's been used before, or ways you recommend for teachers to use it in the classroom?
Yes, actually, I'm putting together a workshop today at CABE, and that's what I'm going to demonstrate, is how to use the book. So I'm using it on educators, but showing them how they can use it with the students, and get them to think about their different career paths. Going to college, main factor, because we have a lot of students that drop out of high school or don't go to college.
All right, in which ways is the book aligned to like the ELD standards and helping students reclassify?
Well, the standards call for reading, for writing, vocabulary, so all of that's in there, and the vocabulary includes 800 words that are from the standards.
Excellent. Sounds like a great story and a great book. Well, thank you so much for answering all those questions, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people are looking forward to getting the book. Could you let them know where they could find it?
Yes, the book can be purchased through Velazquez Press, and I don't know online yet.
www.velazquezpress.com. That's with 2 Z's. Come on through, or feel free to call us at area code 626-448-3448. We'd be happy to help you get some more copies of Rising Up.
Great, thank you very much.